Welcome to the podcast.
No more late fees. No more late fees. No more late fees? There's no more late fees.
What the fuck? What's this person doing? Bring it back!
What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Wilson, and with me today, my co-host, co-homie, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. What's up, everybody?
Also with me, to my left, to my right, to my perpendicular, up, down, all around, Greg Hoey. Greg, how you doing today?
Doing awesome. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Talking to you guys.
Doing pretty great. I guess before we really kick it off with today's topic, I think the world wants to know, Greg, how did your one-wheel job interview go?
They only had weekends available. They actually just called me today and keeping the options open, but I just have no place for my dog, and she's not able to be by herself.
Okay.
Yet.
And that's when he likes to binge his PlayStation.
No, I would, but like again, we're actually just started getting the band back together as well. Follically challenged, and we're coming to a stage near you soon. So we're gonna have that weekend. We'll be playing gigs in the weekend soon as well too. I'm looking for more of a Tuesday through Friday kind of gig, maybe Tuesday through Thursday.
So all you employers out there, give Greg a call.
I'm just looking for part-time work. That's not,
So your new band name is Follically Challenged?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Well,
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I feel like I had to be the friend that tells you that.
That's all band names are horrible until,
Fight.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm content with the band name. I love it. It made me laugh, and that's really all that counts.
Well, I wish you guys much success.
Oh, thank you.
Is that because you all have amazing hair or have dreams of amazing hair?
We all have dreams of amazing hair. Well, I was saying to the guys in the band, I'm like, I just threw it out there. I'm like 3 bald, 1 hair. And Jay's like, I prefer follically challenged. And I was like, oh, shit, that's it. That made me laugh. I went with it. Jay's got the thinning hair, and then we're all bald. Dre, myself, and Josh.
All right. Well, at least that real sense of camaraderie there.
So what's going to be on the album cover?
We're just a cover band, But like, if anybody, like, if you have hair, you're out of the band.
Oh,
like you come in growing hair, like you're fucking out, bro. I was also gonna do either the monkey tail or I was gonna do the Will Forte from Last Man on Earth, where I was gonna shave half my face and have a crazy beard on the other half. What do you guys think?
I just think it's funny how you alienate skilled musicians because they have luxurious hair.
I'm obviously joking. Like if
obviously I am too.
If someone comes, like a Karl Mayer came in with this sweet fucking amazing hair, obviously I'd be, or Matt. Actually, Matt doesn't have amazing hair anymore. He used to, right?
He might be perfect for the band.
All right, great. Thanks for the update, Greg.
Yeah, just want to let the people know we're coming. Come on back.
But your hair isn't.
But our hair isn't. Ouch. Sharp like the scissors that cut hair.
Come on, at this point, you're rolling with it. You're making fun of it before it's made fun of you.
Oh, of course.
That's what you got to do. Speaking of what you got to do, back in the day, you used to have to drive to the video store to see the latest hit movies. Not now. Now it's pretty simple, but we're going to talk about the days of yesteryear when a man would walk to the street, go to the local video rental store and rent a VHS copy of a film. That's right, we're talking about video stores today, ladies and gentlemen. Just our memories with video stores, some of the nostalgia stuff, and Greg's going to really blow the doors open about what it was like working at Blockbuster Video.
Yeah.
Greg,
Some corporate secrets.
before you let us in, I have to know, was there really a charge for not rewinding the VHS?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to fill you guys in how we made the movies.
Well, the movie studios actually made the movies.
No. We made them at Blockbuster. We made the movies. That's what they made. They want you to think it was Hollywood and all that bullshit.
They were the first green screens. They used to film in a little back room and all the whole movie right there.
Yeah, action figures, all that stuff, extras.
No shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. But
that's
actually,
just one secret right there. So that's just like, stay tuned.
well, actually, with the not rewinding and the late fees, it actually made up 16% of total revenue for video stores. Blockbuster bringing in over $800 million a year just in late fees.
Oh, so they may have dramatized things a little bit in the Netflix movie.
I
Perhaps.
still remember the commercial. No more late fees. No more
Yeah.
late fees.
After-
More late fees. And then there's no more late fees.
Yeah, they actually in the documentary they talk that, and the guy who was a part of Blockbuster said no, the sales went down to a third, but that seemed extreme.
Well, after the no more late fees controversy, technically what happened is if you were more than 8 days late returning your film, you were charged the full purchase price of whatever it is you rented.
Well, at least it wasn't, VHS days when they were $99.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
I guess that is good.
I mean, now it would have been just a DVD or a Blu-ray with a markup of 50%.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
$30 or something like that. Like before, it'd be like, you didn't bring back Cat People. You owe $125. You're like, what?
Which, if you've ever seen Cat People, you know that's a good bargain price.
Hell yeah.
This is before you could stream Cat People, of course.
I'd pay at least $150 for it.
Does anyone else recall the first video store you remember renting from?
Not really. I mean, I feel like it was probably Blockbuster.
Sure.
Mine was Theater Video.
Oh, shit, that's my answer.
Nice, in Rochester. Yeah, because actually you live. I know where you live, or your folks live.
Yeah.
And I was, right down the street from you.
Yeah, Theater Video, man. And we'd rent all the cheesy B-horror movies there and shit. And they had a beautiful Nintendo game selection as well.
A great Nintendo selection. And then you'd see the cover of the Nintendo game. You're like, oh my god, this game looks awesome. And you get home, you're like, it looks nothing like this cover.
And then you get home and you realize 8-bit looks like crap.
Well, what about, I just remember renting games that I had just no fucking clue how to play them. Even after spending hours with them, I'd still be no further than when I started. It's the beauty of Nintendo, I suppose.
Greg can relate to that because when he first started playing Nintendo, he thought he was playing when it was just the opening scenes on when you put the disc in cartridge.
And yeah, well, in all fairness, that was our first experience with a video game for me, at least. I didn't even play Atari until after Nintendo. I played Atari after
Really?
Pit Fighter and stuff. Yeah, no, I straight up, I was playing maybe on the computer, or maybe I'm making that up, but I'm pretty
Did
sure.
you have a
Nintendo-
computer? Yep.
Yeah.
Then?
You remember we used to do the Diablo thing. I mean, that was
That was the way after. That's what
Seamus and I would be playing Diablo and would type on the computer like, "Hey, help! We need help down here," and would send like a portal, and some guy would come down and would just fucking kill him and take his shit.
Which I could probably never do anymore. I could never terrorize someone like that.
Yeah,
Like same thing. We used to go into like comic chat.
Yeah, comic chat, dude.
Totally like just go in and start fights and burn people.
Yeah,
and it's like
comic chat was the shit, dude.
We were little punks.
Yeah, we were. Freaking assholes.
I'm not sure what comic chat is.
It was like a chat, like it was like AOL chat, but like it was comic strips.
Comic
and
style, like
yeah,
the
you
chat.
pick-
Go ahead.
Yeah, you would like pick a character, and it would like show
You pick an
you
avatar,
Yeah,
and the bubbles would pop up. Your chat bubbles would pop up, basically.
Oh, that's fun.
You know, so you could, so, you know, when we were like 16 years old, and you know, we'd be flirting with 30-year-old dudes online who are posing as, you know, 16, 17-year-old girls.
Yeah. Oh man, if he only knew, you know.
Well, maybe it's best that you never found out.
Right?
Well, we're still alive.
Yeah.
You are thriving.
Some great chats on comic chat.
That's
Yeah,
great.
we were jerks, so.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the experience of being a teenager.
But you couldn't steal an ear in comic chat.
Yeah. Taking ears in Diablo. Come down, sir, so I can have your ear.
That's great.
We were just kidding. Come back, come down. We're really gonna do it. We're gonna fight him for real this time. Oh, sorry. I needed an ear as well because Greg got the first one.
Don't worry, let me dupe this ear for you.
That's true.
So I'll have to say, like, the most I rented like the same games over and over again back when I went to theater video, and it was Contra, Ninja Gaiden, Zelda, and Bubble Bobble.
Oh, Bubble Bobble's the shit.
The first two are like some of the hardest games ever, so you must have had to keep re-renting it because you wanted to beat it. You were tenacious.
That I was. That I you know.
Even with the up, down, left, right, BA. Still.
No, I beat Contra several times with that
Dude,
code. Never without it.
We were probably rivals at that store. We were probably fighting. We were probably fucking fighting over Nintendo
same games,
dude. Yeah, because I was pretty hardcore myself too. Like my dad would bring me like every fucking week, or maybe like multiple times a week. You know that I needed to rent a Nintendo game. I was the same way. I rented all the shit.
Yeah, it was every week.
So I used to rent my games from a comic book store. I can't remember the name of it.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, instead of, they sell cards and baseball cards and everything there, and I don't know, they had Sega games and Nintendo games there. It was also just
Sega!
Oh, I remember when Blockbuster eventually came in, I was like, and you could like call and ask if a game was in and stuff, or if it was getting dropped off. Like I was such an annoying customer. I called like so many times. Like, does this get dropped off? Did I get dropped off yet? Did you get a copy of that?
No self-respect.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get the game.
I know that, but I couldn't do that.
I forgot I used to do that same shit. Like, do you have such and such in? What time is it due back? And you call like at that time, like,
what the fuck was this person doing?
Right.
Bring it back!
Then it's Ryan the whole time, and he's got my fucking copy of Zelda. Like, you piece of shit.
Right?
God, we could have been arch rivals from the very beginning.
God damn it. I knew it. I was trying to rent Chippendale's Rescue Ranger, and fucking Ryan's got it.
Fucking DuckTales.
Yeah, with DuckTales, that game was hard too.
Nemo's Dream World.
Ah, shit. Yes, well, I think some of the movies that are most fond to me were the same deal. Like, we'd rent the same flipping handful of movies from the video store all the time, and then like one new one. I don't know how many times we rented like Terminator and Empire Strikes Back as a kid, but it was a lot.
Should have just kept those, paid the late fee, and owned them.
I did end up owning them when I became an adult, Seamus.
Oh, you figured out how to do it with Columbia House.
I did. I hustled Columbia House, and I'm sure there was hustle for videos, but you know,
go to jail.
I didn't want to run that many scams at once.
Yeah. I was definitely hoarding Monster Squad at that place. Sorry about that.
Wolfman's got nards.
Oh, the old movie with
Yeah.
all of them.
I rented that a bunch.
You know, I just watched that like last Halloween, and it's pretty crass for a PG movie.
Yeah, well, the PG movies back in the day are crazy. Yeah, Logan's Run. Have you seen that? I'm pretty sure there's titties in Logan's Run, and it's rated like G.
Yeah, but in different ways. I mean,
Titties.
nowadays they're pretty edgy and violent. PG-13.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
for
even a Star Wars movie can be violent as hell, but just because it doesn't show blood, it's...
Yeah, they know how to get away with it now.
Well, you know, I guess the restrictions became a little harsher as we got older, obviously.
Yeah, but they can say words on TV now that they didn't back then, you know.
I'm pretty sure, like, every show is, like, you know, not on, like, ABC or whatever, but, like, CW or, you know, those kind of stations, they're allowed, like, one fuck per season. Same with, like, AMC. I remember reading that about Breaking Bad specifically.
Like the rumor that you can get one fuck without keep it under an PG-13 rating, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's also time slot as well, too. Like Breaking Bad and like Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
Like if you start at 10 o'clock, you can get away with a lot more, I believe. I'll have to ask Melanie about that.
Well, that's why those FX shows will always be on late night.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you'd be watching like regular TV and they'd be like, fucking shit. You'd be like, what? Did you just say that? Did I rent the DVD from Blockbuster? What's happening?
Because if your kids are up at that hour, then you're bad parenting, and then they're doomed anyways. So.
Like I remember watching a Sylvester Stallone movie that was edited, and like I don't remember what the original line was, but I remember it had an F-bomb in it. But the way they're like, huh, he can't do that. That's like a billy goat skating backwards up a hill. And I'm like, what?
I would like to see you do that, sir.
Funky butt lovin'.
He said funky butt lovin'.
I mean, what I miss about movie stores, mostly there's not much because, let's be honest, I'd rather just stream. I don't want to leave my house to get a movie. But sure. I do miss the feel like, where you spend like almost an hour in there just picking out like one or two movies. You go through so many movies. It kind of reminded me, it was akin to like bookstores, Barnes & Noble or Walden Books. I miss that even more, the bookstores, than I do the video rental stores for sure. But it reminded me of that. You'd spend time going through down the aisles looking for stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my parents would use like Blockbuster as like a babysitting device. Like, you go here, pick out a movie, and we'll be back in a couple of hours. I'd have movies lined up on the rug, like a lineup of video games. I play that janky Super Nintendo that they had, and
well, they're in the back. They're in the back in the porn room trying to pick out a couple movies for themselves.
They did have that beaded curtain that would keep out the youngsters.
Yes.
Impenetrable, some say.
Come here, son. Come here.
Kids nowadays don't respect the beads.
No.
You gotta respect them beads.
Truth.
It'd be cool to have a video store like nowadays, but like they had like, you got your snacks, you got your alcohol, you got your weed, like, it's all legal, blah, blah, blah. You get like everything you need for like a good movie, but like they have more movies than the streaming, which they do a lot of the times if it's like a good video store.
Sure.
Well, they have a lot of like older classics that you can't find.
Yep.
On streaming.
Well, especially with how advanced the weed game is now, they'd be like, they'll pair your movies with different kinds of weed.
Yeah.
Like, this one will make you cry.
Like, this pairs well with One Flew Over a Cuckoo's Nest.
I bet Blockbusters would thrive if they had like small crowds. You get in, you play a random movie on like weekends, and you're allowed to smoke and bring your own beer, or even sell the beer if they want to make more money.
I don't know why we're still sitting here doing this podcast. We should be scouting locations for this video store.
It's the next big thing. Well, that Blockbuster's still kicking, and I mean, they're hanging on, but I mean, it's still semi-popular. It's still, people obviously just visit it just, for nostalgia, but they also like rent movies there as well.
I actually was like reading a follow-up news story to like the pandemic and how they're doing because of the last one. And, they said when the pandemic first hit, they were doing like 1/10 of the business they normally do. But they had to turn to like merchandise sales. And like they said, that just people were just trying to keep them open. They were buying their merch, their hideous, what is that, royal blue? Like that ugly ass color out. Like I'm a Giants fan, and I won't even wear their memorabilia because that damn royal. I wear like if I buy like a cap, it'll be like a black one or something like that.
Well, I think if Spaceballs taught us anything, it's all about merchandising. It's Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
But it's obviously the nostalgia factor because nobody's really buying hideous Blockbuster merch except just to support them and, because of the nostalgic reasons.
Well,
I guess they're selling Blockbuster face masks and stuff.
They had a Blockbuster flamethrower. I think we all might maybe revisit this.
Yeah, they could rent it for $3.99 for
no late fees.
Well, apparently the late fees are back.
Oh shit!
Because they have late fees at the Bend, Oregon.
Listen, we encourage you to keep your movies a little bit later because we want your money. We need your money.
I think
buy some snacks.
I thought one of the craziest parts of that movie was watching the lady switch out all those old school computers and shit.
It was amazing. She was always modding the computers, poaching parts from old machines from other closed stores.
Mm-hmm.
I guess even when the pandemic came on, they were hard. She was having a difficulty getting films from the distributors, so she would just like go. I know they showed in the movie. Yeah, she would shop at Walmart and Target to get the movies for the video store.
Yeah,
that's
people
hustle.
would request different movies. Yeah, that's badass.
That is hustle.
That's going above and beyond.
It is hard to come across the Bubba Hotep in the middle of a pandemic, though.
This is true. No, nobody's streaming that. She's. I guess that movie on Netflix actually helped the store. It's helped them keep them open. How long? I don't know, but.
Well, I remember hearing about there only being one Blockbuster left, but that movie definitely shined a whole new light on it, and it was hilarious, and I thought well done. So
it was good.
Absolutely, yeah, I enjoyed it. Brought back memories.
Word, same.
It makes me want to watch Super Jaime with all the Doug Benson.
Were your memories khaki-colored memories, Greg?
Oh, they were khaki. I mean, because earlier on I was just custy, and then I became an employer over at Blockbuster Corporation.
You became an employer or an employee?
I became an employer. I was the boss. I ran that shit.
You were employing people?
Yeah.
You were paying their paychecks?
That.
So answer me this: would you have worked at Blockbuster if you had to wear jeans?
No, I wasn't. I was always wearing khakis back then.
So you fit right in. Your bedroom smelled like Blockbuster.
I wish my bedroom smelled like Blockbuster.
Popcorn, plastic, and khakis.
Yeah, and that stupid ass shirt that you had to have tucked in.
Yeah, hideous shirt.
Tucking in shirts is a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, seriously.
I hated it. Yeah,
I hate tuck. I went on. Anyways, they were just talking about at the school, this tech school. they were talking about. I went in and volunteered my time and looked at the curriculum and stuff. And like, my friend Hugh, who's running the program, he was just asking, like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we make the kids, we score them on everything, and they're tucking their shirt and presentability and everything. I'm like, all right, but not everyone likes to tuck in shirts. Should be scored. You shouldn't have to tuck it. It's the 21st century. It's 2020. It was 20. It was last year, but I'm like, shouldn't. Nobody should have to tuck their shirt ins anymore. Especially if you have a good belly. I mean,
right?
It's just pronouncing, highlighting the belly. Come on.
We had this manager who was like, I'm pretty sure she was like maybe younger than me, or like just a couple years older than me, and she looked like she was like 35. And we used to always like joke that she needed like no, just her hair. She just nerdy. She just looked like a mom, and she was a mom. Not that's no offense to moms, but she just looked like she was like 35. And she was like 24, I think.
That's because of working at Blockbuster?
Probably. She did a good job, but she would always walk around and be like, your shirt's not tucked in, blah, blah. But she knew I kind of started hating customers. Weird. Because they were like, just like, hey, you have a free movie. I'd be like, what? Why do I have a free movie? How come I have a free movie for? Like, you got a free movie because you rewound your fucking copy of Cat People,
Wait, slow down. Why were you giving out the free movie?
On the computer, like whatever, they might have done something, like they might have
so many rentals.
So many rentals, maybe, or whatever. Like I would say that, and like they'd be like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like they would just complain about like the dumbest shit.
Why would they complain about a free movie?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I worked at Blockbuster in Dover, so I can't say it was Rochester. Hey, shot at Rochester.
Pew, pew.
They don't want to sell their soul for a free rental.
Yeah. But, yeah, I did get 5 movies in, like, 3 games I got a week or something like that. It was ridiculous. It was awesome. That was the main perk. But I eventually got moved in the back, and when Blockbuster, like, went from renting to, like, also selling their used movies, like, I had to go back and, like, find the covers for those said movies. So every morning before the store opened, I would go around the store and grab, like, 150 movies. But it would be, like, 8 hours of work, so I'd be in the back watching DVDs while sifting through the covers.
Were you making more work to stay back there?
No, that was my job. That like it was like it was never ending. Like I would do like tomorrows. Like I'd print out the list and. Like,
how old were you when you worked at Blockbuster?
I was about
38.
No, I was probably like 21, 22.
Shit.
See, I remember growing up, hanging out with you at your folks' house. Like your parents used to rent a lot of movies. It was awesome. I would always just come over and watch movies with you, and you'd show, like, or even going to this, going with you and your dad to Blockbuster, and we'd be like picking out a couple for ourselves. And they always rent, and they always just have pizza night on Fridays. I still love them.
Yeah, there's the shit. They still are. They're great. I love my folks.
Yeah, your parents were always gracious, always great. They always, Dad and me were nice to me.
For sure. Yeah, like, so I pretty much watched I watched every single movie at Blockbuster, basically, like, because I had, like, that was my job Monday through Friday, like, for almost a year. And,
so would you say your career at Blockbuster shaped you into the man you are now?
Yeah, I know. I watched a shit ton of movies.
You love movies and video games.
Like, I was, like, basically the rewinder guy. And I did rewind some of, like, the tapes. If I found tapes that weren't rewound in the VHS, I would rewind those. And I had to find those covers as well, too. Those were easier because they're usually, like, boxed, but they were, like, probably flattened. I remember Cheryl walked back there, or you can bleep her name, and I was watching Cat People, and she's like, what the fuck is this? And then after that, like, it was, like, selective of what I could watch.
But what were you really watching?
I was watching Cat People. But, like, have you seen Cat People?
No, I thought that was a fictional film we were talking about.
No, it's legit, dude. It's like almost like American Werewolf in Paris or London, whichever one. But they're like cats, and like when they have sex, they like turn into cats. Like, and they can't have like it's wicked fucked up. But like the dude from Clockwork Orange is in it. And Natasha Henstridge, I think. I don't know. It's a wicked fucked up movie, but it's like a cool like art movie. I just watched about it because I heard about it. I heard about it like some horror magazine or some horror thread.
It sounds like that Stephen King movie, the Fleshwalkers.
Oh, yeah, dude, the Skinwalkers. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it actually is a lot like that.
So you got access to every movie in Blockbuster, and you're like, cat people.
I told you I watched everything. I was watching Lindsay Lohan movies. I watched Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Okay? Like, I watched everything. Like, I was, like, burning down the fucking aisles. Like, if it was there, I'm like, all right, I'd seen it. Plus, I had the 5 rentals and the 3 games. So I was like, that was my life.
You're a god among men.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet, and that was the perks. Like that was one of the perks from working there. Was just the fucking sick free rentals. And at that time, I was either getting like Nintendo 64 games or GameCube games, or then like I think I started getting like PlayStation and Xbox games as well. Like,
were your parents still dropping you off?
I was living in Dover. No, I was living in Dover at this time.
He was on his Razor scooter going to work by himself.
Yeah. No, I lived in Dover. I lived in Dover for like 6 years.
When you lived with Jim?
Yeah, at first I lived at that house where we had like 12 people there. No, we had 7 people there. And
that's disgusting.
Yeah, so dude, that house like was always hopping, like, because they all went to college. That was when I was driving the ice cream truck. Because I'd come home with that ice cream truck and I'd be like, all right, guys, let's get it. We'd raid that ice cream truck, Alan, motherfucker.
Is that you were living with all the fucking hippie kids?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow, dude, I hated going to that house, dude. I always like felt like I was walking into like some art experiment. We're having an experimental art night, bro. Shh. Become one with the walls, and then you can get this 2.5 ounces of weed for $60.
I enjoyed that place. That was a sweet place. My friend Rachel, actually, in the girl, she remembered my Blockbuster card number, which is insane. But she lived across the street.
Crush much?
And we just I don't know. We fucking partied hard all the time there. That was a fun time. I think Tracy lived across the street at one point. It was New York Street. It was a rough street in Dover. And then I eventually went to Maple Street, which was a better street. But that's when I was working at the Blockbuster. I went from ice cream truck to Blockbuster.
Damn. Is that a step up or step down? I'm not sure.
Well, the ice cream truck is seasonal. I mean, ice cream truck's just seasonal, but you make a lot of money, But I would make like enough money and then just, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home. I remember I was driving back and the guy saw me like driving back at like 3:00. Like he's like, what the fuck? He's like, why are you doing back so early? I was like, I made $200 today. He's like, yeah, but you could have made more. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I had shit to do.
But I had a couple rentals from Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Would you say the ice cream truck is only seasonal if you ain't got game?
Oh, yeah. What up, one? Yeah, I guess.
I feel like I could sell a snow cone in a snowstorm. That's all I'm saying.
I fucking hated a lot of that job because I would like drive, and I feel bad saying this, but kids would like stop me and be like, "Yeah, give me like free candy." I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck off."
Wow. If a kid stopped me asking for free candy, he's probably hungry.
If I had... I wasn't like that. If I had free candy, I'd give it up. But like it got to a point where like, you're like, oh, I'm stopping. You stop the truck. It's a whole big deal to stop the ice cream truck and get the service going. If
you had just stopped in a hungry neighborhood, gave them all the ice cream and left the truck, you might have made the news. And then like, nowadays you would have, and then they would like you'd have a GoFundMe for $500,000.
It's true. You blew it, Greg. You blew it big time.
I mean, I did give out free ice cream sometimes, but to my roommates.
And that's when I was building that house, and you would show up a couple times a week with nerd ropes and shit. So, kudos for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. All these years later, thank you.
What are nerd ropes?
They're ropes with nerds on them.
Oh.
Yeah, those are like medicated now. Know what I mean?
Oh, dude, everything is.
I know, but the nerd ropes are dope. And then you're like, then you find out like it's not the nerds; it's actually the rope. You just gotta swallow the rope when you're done with it. That's what's soaking.
So it's like candy nerds on a rope.
Yeah, it's like a taffy rope. And
What is
apparently
it,
you're
like
supposed to swallow
LSD
the rope.
on the rope.
No, it's like crack rocks of fucking nerds on the fucking taffied up rope.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Nah, doesn't sound that appetizing.
It's appetizing to destroying your teeth.
Cool. Sour Patch Kids do that just fine.
Ooh, Sour Patch Kids are great.
Yeah.
Sour Dab Kids.
All right. Yeah, so I guess I kind of got some of the top 10 rentals from 85 to 89 that I just kind of wanted to go over with you guys real quick.
Ooh, let's do it.
Are you ready?
Sounds
Ready?
good.
1985. Coming in at number 10. Splash.
Seen it.
Splash. Was that Tom Hanks?
Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks, I believe. She turned into a mermaid.
Yes, sir.
Right. I wish you had started at 1982 because we could have started this list off with cat people.
I don't remember being 2, so that's why I started at
Cat
1985.
people may be on top of the list in probably 87, 86.
I'm guessing not. Number 9 is the Bachelor Party, which I don't remember that.
That's Tom
I don't
Hanks.
remember that at all.
2 Tom Hanks flicks back to back. Damn.
I bet Big's got Biggs. I bet you Big's got to be on here.
That's
what
legit,
do you-
right? The Bachelor Party is Tom Hanks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little late at night to Google. Number 8, The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah,
Who is
this is when Star Wars was cool.
Number 7, Starman.
Oh, good movie.
Yeah,
Jeff Bridges, David Bowie, perfect tandem.
that is Tom Hanks, by the way.
Ah, that's great, Greg. Thank you for clearing that
Yeah,
up.
he wore like a tuxedo in that movie. And thanks.
Number 6, The Natural.
Baseball movie.
Yeah,
Remind me, who's in this?
That's Robert Redford, I believe.
old Robbie Reds.
He's my favorite actor.
He's a great actor.
Number 5, which I can't believe this placed above Empire Strikes Back. Revenge of the Nerds.
Hell yeah.
I feel like we know why everybody rented that movie back in 1985.
Hey,
Boobs!
Oh, gosh.
All right, Simon Birch.
we're definitely going to smash some nerds.
Number 4, Romancing the Stone.
Ooh, Michael Douglas.
Yeah, old Mikey Duggs.
That was a good movie. I forgot about that movie.
I remember him swinging from the toward the waterfall there. Good times. Number 3, Police Academy. Great movie.
Oh, yeah. Hightower.
Yeah. We got number 2, The Terminator.
Fuck yeah.
1 or 2?
The
One.
Terminator is one, yeah.
We're in 1985, Shames. Let me whisk you away back to 1985, where the air was a little fresher, the kids were a little dumber, and times were a little simpler.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is Terminator 2.
I think the kids were smarter. They couldn't Google everything and just forget it moments later.
Yeah. Number 1 was The Karate Kid.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sweep the leg.
Peter Cetera.
Great stuff.
What
All right,
about Rad?
now let's hop in the time machine. We're gonna go to the mystical 1986, boys, where the number 10 film of that year was Gremlins.
Oh, yeah.
Gremlins.
When did
Number
Critters
9.
come out?
Don't feed those fuckers after midnight, or said time. We don't know when to feed them.
Number 9, we got Mask.
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey?
Oh, we're talking Rocky Dennis.
Oh,
Oh, sick. With Cher, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Movie's
Get it.
great. Then we got Cocoon. Some of that
Old people
Walter
movie.
Bunch of old people.
Yeah. Then we got 7. We got Return of the Jedi.
Whew.
6. Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Hell yeah.
Now
Wait,
that is
what?
a movie. That's a movie I rented so
Did you
many
say First
times.
Blood Part 2?
Yeah, that's what it's called, bro.
Oh, okay, shit.
Rambo.
What,
Yeah.
Short Fry?
It was a great movie. Number 5, we got Ghostbusters. 4, we got Witness. 3,
Wait. What was Witness?
Yeah. Can I get a
Knows.
witness real quick? Witness. That sounds like a Clint Eastwood movie.
Speaking of which, I gotta watch Escape from Alcatraz.
Yeah. Right? I want to watch that now, yeah.
I can't
All
imagine.
right, since it's not too late to Google, apparently I have to Google the Witness because this motherfucker's not telling me.
Googling it right now. Witness movie. It's with fucking our boy, Harrison Ford.
Fjord.
Yeah.
Regarding Henry is his next best movie.
Shit.
What's the Amish?
Ritz.
I've never seen this movie.
Crackers.
Oh, fuck. Number 3, we got Prizzy's Honor. Don't know what that
What
is.
the heck is that? Why are
It
you
was
mentioning
number
it?
3 rented film of 1986.
I thought these were your movies.
No, these are the highest rated rented movies of the 80s.
Oh. I missed that.
Yeah, you're probably sitting there thinking like, fuck, I don't have a list.
I was like, fuck, these are weird.
Oh, shit.
I just really like Harrison Ford. He was in Cat People.
He was. Now I want to watch Witness. Witness, Escape from Alcatraz, and Robert Redford.
The Natural. That's actually supposed to be. I haven't seen The Natural, and that's supposedly one of the best baseball movies ever made. That's not A League of Their Own or The Sandlot. Come at me. Come at me. A League of Their Own is the best baseball movie. What's
See,
up?
I like Rookie of the Year,
What's up?
so I'm coming at you.
Rookie
Hey,
of the
can all my Rookie of the Year people shout out? Can we speak up and vote in next week?
Well, I didn't say I dislike Rookie of the Year. I'm just saying A League of Their Own, Gina Davis. I mean, you know, Marla Hooch.
Isn't the kid from Rookie of the Year right from Dover, New Hampshire?
Fuck that kid. I hate that dude.
I heard he's an asshole.
He's a kid from American Pie. Durs from Workaholics is in that movie. He's a background actor.
No shit. All right, number 2, we got Beverly Hills Cop. Great movie. Judge Reinhold.
Eddie M.
And number 1, Back to the Future.
Hell yeah.
Good movie.
Fuck yeah. All right,
What
now
year
we're on
was
to
that?
Now we're into 1987, boys.
Gotcha.
1987.
I'm 7.
Same. Number 10, we have Aliens.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Best of the Aliens franchise.
Yep.
9, Ruthless People.
Yes.
Number 8, Stand By Me.
Hmm.
Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom.
And not so much anymore nowadays, right? Stand by me, we can with the distance, 6 feet.
It's true. It's true. And there's definitely no pie eating
Unless you
contest.
shop at Walmart.
Ooh, the pie. Yeah, it's true. You have to follow the lines that you guys love so much.
Actually, Hannaford right now is under construction, so all the floors are ripped up. So it's just anarchy in there now.
That's funny. I actually went to a main one, and it was a little while ago, though. It was like a month ago, and like all the lines were gone. I was like, whoa. I'm like, what's up? And I immediately thought of you guys. I'm like, oh my God, I got to tell these guys. I got to tell Seamus to drive like 3 hours out of his way so he doesn't have to, avoid the fucking.
I was doing 360s in the aisle, backflips. I mean,
Just went back. Do I want this? Do I want that? Do I want this? Do I want that? I don't know.
Because it's clear, people, I won't get coronavirus, but I may get mesothelioma from them ripping up the asbestos floor tiles.
But then you got like kids like pointing at like, Mom, he went forward and backward in the same aisle.
Ratting on him.
Yeah. Shut up, kid. That's right. We need to do about it. You know, and I asked the lady, I was like, what's up with these floors? Like, oh, it's under construction. So I'm like, oh, you putting them back up? They're like, I don't know. We haven't decided yet. And I came back and they were up. I was like, yeah, of course.
All right, number 7, we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
6, The Color of Money.
That's green. Or it could be copper or silver, depending on if this is change. Are we talking change or the bills?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. It's red because it's all soaked in blood.
Oh, shit. All right, 5, we got Down and Out in Beverly Hills. 4, we got Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which is my favorite Indiana Jones movie as a kid.
Which is probably the last good Indiana Jones movie. I mean, I guess the Crystal Skulls are alright, but...
So wait, you're putting Crystal Skull above 3? The Last Crusade?
Sean Connery.
That's wait, I don't... Oh, when his dad came in?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Which one was that?
That's 3. That's The Last Crusade.
Alright, I don't know what else I'm saying. I'm losing the timeline.
All right, number 3, we got Back to School, starring our boy Rodney Dangerfield.
Hell yeah.
Number 2, Top Gun. Get ready for this. Number 1, Short Circuit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Johnny 5 is alive.
Your mother was a snowblower. Good times. Good movie.
Better than a vibrator.
Hey, yeah, mother.
Well, I guess depending on how you look at it. Yeah. Better than an anal bead, I guess I should say.
Your mother's an electronic anal bead.
All right, that brings us to 1988. Not a whole lot of good shit here, but a couple. 10, we have Tin Men. 9, we have Stakeout.
Who was in that?
Rosie O'Donnell and Richard Dreyfuss.
Emilio Estevez, was he in that too?
Yeah. Was this the end of his career?
Hey, Emilio is... There's a new Mighty Ducks TV show on Disney Plus, Seamus. He's back.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon Bombay, Triple Deke.
It's on Disney Plus. I'm sure to check it out.
And if we're really... I mean, one of my favorite comedies of all time, too, was National Lampoon's Loaded Weapons, starring Emilio Estevez.
Oh, I have no problem with this. I grew up watching his movies.
Judgment Night.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
That was a good movie. Dennis Leary.
Hopper or Leary?
And Everlast, your boy.
Oh, was he in that too? No shit.
He was his sidekick. He had a lot of lines. He had like 1 or 2. He's like, hey, I'm going to jump around, right?
God. All right, number 7, we have Outrageous Fortune.
Never heard of it.
No.
Oh, did I say RoboCop?
Sounds like a Russo.
You did not say RoboCop.
Number 8 was RoboCop.
Woo!
What a movie that was. It was so
Fuck yeah.
goddamn violent.
So violent. So good.
Murphy.
Yeah.
And it was PG-13. No, I don't know. It's probably
I'd buy that for $1.
I'm going to Google.
No, it was rated R.
It was definitely R.
I think it was R.
They blow his arms and legs off. The guy gets melted with toxic waste. Come on.
Remember when they do in the other one when they did like nuke? Like nuke.
It was definitely R, yeah. Or 2, where the dude, that bitch stepped on with her high heel. His eyeball.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. All right. So 7 was Outrageous Fortune. 6 was No Way Out.
What's
5
that?
was, I don't know, it was a movie.
No Escape was cooler. Ray Liotta.
I want to say No Way Out would be Jennifer Lopez, maybe? Is this Jennifer Lopez time yet? No.
I don't know.
Nah, it's Kevin Costner.
Woo!
And
that was close.
I don't know.
Soundtrack by the Goo Goo Dolls.
All right, number 5, we have The Witches of Eastwick. Number 4, The Untouchables. 3,
yeah.
Fatal Attraction. 2, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
And the number 1 rented movie of 1988, Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts Greggy in a corner.
I was just going to say the same thing, but replace my name with yours or Seamus's.
Rest in peace, Swayze.
89, yeah. Big year. Big year, boys. All right, number 10, Crocodile Dundee 2.
What?
Not as good as 1, but still good.
Still, yeah, holds up. Totally. Number 9, Bull Durham.
Another Costner. Costner's dominating the charts. Get it.
Damn. And number 8, we have Twins. Fucking great movie.
Oh, awesome movie.
Remake
We should cover this.
Yeah,
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers hug.
We should do Twins. That'd be great.
7 is Cocktail.
We're going to cover Twins, and it's going to blow up the Oregon blockbuster because everybody's going to want to rent that movie.
Cocktail, Tom Cruise, and the dude from Roadhouse. Or, no, not Roadhouse. He's in all the other 80s movies with Tom Cruise.
Great. Number 6, Coming to America.
Nice.
Number 2.
I haven't seen the second one. Was it good?
I heard it was.
I was in and out watching it, so I don't know. Number 5, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Yeah. Beetlejuice.
Careful.
Oh, I ain't saying it again.
But when did Beetlejuice 2 come out?
I think it's in like development hell pretty much right now. You know how that goes.
Yeah, makes sense. COVID fucked up a lot of shit in productions.
Yeah. Number 4, 3 Men and a Baby.
Selleck, that mustache.
Gutenberg.
Yeah,
the ghost in the window.
I guess Gutenberg makes the list twice as well with Short Circuit. So,
ooh, Goots.
Way to go, Goots. Number 3, A Fish Called Wanda. Number 2, Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, it's Die Hard.
Nice.
And number 1 of 1989, Big.
Yeah.
Oh, told you Big would be on there. Tom Hanks bringing it with 3 movies right now.
Pew, pew, pew.
I don't get it.
In 1 decade, we got 3 Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks is the champ of the 80s.
That was only 5 years of it, too. Who knows what 84, 83, and 82 held.
And he's still going.
Yeah.
I mean, so is Nicolas Cage and Kevin Bacon, but come on. I mean, it's a little different standards.
I hope nothing scandalous ever becomes of Tom Hanks, because he's our last vestige of hope, I feel like, right now.
Do you compare Kevin Bacon? You think he's on the same level as Nicolas Cage?
They're pretty interchangeable, Greg.
What? Kevin Bacon's a decent actor. He's been in some good stuff.
Okay, but Nicolas Cage had chops, but then at one point he just let them all go.
But Kevin Bacon's been in good movies. He's a good actor.
So hasn't Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage.
Not as many as Kevin Bacon.
Oh, really? Let's count them up.
Let's do it.
Do it on your own time.
Yeah, we'll do it for next week. But I guess what? I win. You know why? Because I watched every movie at Blockbuster. Kevin Bacon was in Cat People, all right? And Stir of Echoes. And
Stir of Echoes was trash.
Stir of Echoes
cool. I like Stir of Echoes.
I like Stir of Echoes.
God, you guys are basic.
Oh, my God. He was also in... Oh, my God, dude. What about that amazing movie in the 80s that he was in? The whitewater rafting movie when he was the bad guy. That movie fucking rules. I was probably fighting you over that movie.
Was it Whitewater Summer or some shit like that?
Yeah, they throw a rock at him.
That was such a mystery because I remember us talking about it. We were all like, what is that called? And that was before the age of the internet.
Whitewater Summer, you had it.
Eventually, we just figured it out.
Dude, that movie rules.
No, you said you rented it. It wasn't anywhere near as good as we remember it being.
What? No way.
Dude.
I don't believe that.
I just remember when he leaves the kid in the middle of the cliff, and he's like, leave him there.
Yeah,
and they just keep going.
Yeah, they leave him in the middle of the island to gut the fish. Like, you're not going to gut the fish? You know where you got the fish? All right, this kid's 10 years old. Let's
I've
leave
seen
him
this story.
chained to a fucking tree in his underwear in the fucking middle of the storm.
Yeah, it was with Sean Astin too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good times. All right. You guys have any closing thoughts on video stores?
All I'm saying is, I hope everybody keeps the Bend store open. It's not for me. I'm not going there to still pay $3.99 to rent a movie when I can just do it from home. I mean, it's like the same price or $1 more to just stay home and do it. It's like you're paying more for a delivery fee. You're paying $30 to get a sandwich delivered nowadays. So I'll take $1 to stay home.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey.
What about you, Greg? Any closing thoughts on video stores?
Yeah, I left out Handy Ron's was another one that I would frequent sometimes. And also, there was a place behind Walgreens in Rochester, like this little hole in the wall. I forgot what it was called, but that was also a spot I would hit when I would call the Blockbuster or the Theater Video or whatever and say, like, hey, do you have this? Do you have that? No? Okay, I'll call back in 5 minutes. And then call the other store. And then, like, by the time I was done, call the other store again.
You could totally hold movies, too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Can you hold that for me when it comes in?
Yeah.
Hold on to it. You personally hold it. Trent.
Yeah, you wanted to build that fucking, repertoire with the fucking, the employer. So you could...
I'm sure asking them to hold movies for you builds up a great repertoire.
No, I'm just saying, like, you want to be nice and, like, just shoot the shit. And I did when I was working there or just going in there to shop. You would shoot the shit with people about movies and, like, you'd be like, oh, this guy's cool. He likes movies. That was one of my favorite things to do was, like, have Greg's picks. Like, that was awesome. My picks were the shit. If
you're going to call it Handy Ron's, which I remember, I'm going to give a little CT shout out to Tommy K's video. They used to be pretty big around here. I think there's only one left in New Haven that wasn't there anymore. I don't know. They reopened into something else, but there's none of them left. But they have other business with tanning, and they at least branched out and stuff. But
I've been there. How about Tommy K's?
Rest in peace, Tommy. Okay.
Tommy's doing other things. He's still got lots of real estate.
Thank goodness. I was a little worried for a second there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for tuning into our segment on video stores of yesteryear. Stay tuned for some other shit. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for a little segment we like to call Overrated, is it underrated? Overrated, is it underrated? Overrated, is it underrated? Is it somewhere in between? All right, so I'm going to come at you today with some hard-hitting questions, boys. You're going to tell me, is it overrated? Or is it underrated? All right, boys, get ready for this one. Get ready to have your socks blown off. Get ready to have your wigs blown. All right, here we go.
Ready.
Edibles. Overrated or underrated? Greg.
I mean, I think they're probably rated where they are. I personally don't love edibles unless I was like maybe going to sleep. If I needed help sleeping, I would have edibles. But other than that, that's pretty much what they do to me is they make me sleep. I've had, family members, use some edibles or whatever, and just to help them sleep or whatever. And it's a big, it's a big help. So I'm not going to trash it. I personally don't use them, all the time, but occasionally. So they're rated where they are.
Seamus?
I mean, for me, they're overrated, I guess, because I don't really take them and use them or enjoy them that much. I guess I can understand, but I'm also, I don't know, I guess I can understand like if I'm in pain or I want to sleep, but I'll never have trouble sleeping. I just have trouble getting back to sleep sometimes in the early mornings, but
take an edible.
But yeah, I know I can see how it'd be great for some people, but I don't know, it just makes me lazy and lethargic, so I'm not for it.
Yeah, I gotta say I'm not either. So I guess we're all a bunch of grouchy old men who don't like edibles.
I mean, I have this stuff called honey, and that's dangerous. Dangerous honey.
Sugar baby.
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you that I've taken a fair share of other drugs in my lifetime, and none of them ever freaked me out as much as I ate too much edibles once.
Yeah.
Like I worked like a double shift, and I came home and there was like, oh, there's some weed spaghetti sauce. So me, after working like 14 hours, I'm famished, and I start like fucking going to town on this spaghetti. Like, what are you doing? That's too much. And then I just spent the rest of the night like saying, oh my God, my heart's not beating right. This is it. This is the end, Ryan. We've had a good run, but now it's time to go. Like, it was not an enjoyable time for me. But I smoked weed like a champ my whole life and never had a problem. But they're a totally different ball game. So
Oh, for sure.
I think people underrate what they're capable of taking for edibles and ruin their heads a little bit sometimes.
Absolutely. A bunch of us went to Sugarloaf and made a bunch of pot brownies, and they were rugged as fuck, and we like embarrassed ourselves like out, in public at a restaurant. And like, I just remember like trying to go to sleep, and like I was like the whole fucking world was spinning. Like it was insane. That was actually right before I started my 12-year career at Brimar Ltd. What up? Shout out.
Speaking of weed brownies, I remember being at my buddy Tobin's house some years ago. And he's like, "Hey, you want a brownie?" I'm like, "Nah." So we're just drinking. So we had, some more beers, and I had a couple shots, and he's like, "Hey, come on, just have half of one." I'm like, "All right." I had half of one. We went down to Maloney's, went down to the bar, and I guess I just sat at the corner stool and like didn't talk to anybody for like 2 hours. And me, like I'm, back then before I was old and like tired, I used to be like a social butterfly and like be all over the place talking to people. But apparently, and then I guess Tobin said afterwards, "Hey, I guess we learned how to calm Moose down."
Give some edibles. No.
All right. Both acceptable answers, boys. All right. Here we go. Quentin Tarantino. Overrated or underrated? Seamus?
I love his films. Like, he can have an hour of no action, boring ass shit. Just his dialogue can get you by. I mean, but he never fails. He's always got some gory ass action in it. I'm a huge fan. I hope he keeps going. So, I guess he's underrated. I mean, there's people that see his worth, but not enough of the world. Sure.
From what I understand, he's going to make 10 films and be done. So
right, and that's what I'm saying. I hope he keeps going because he's already he's got like maybe one more if that's the case. I think.
Yeah, good for him. Though quality films.
Sure.
Right.
So, Greg, are you in the same ilk?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's rated pretty high. So, I mean, I'm not going to say he's overrated, obviously. He's probably like rated where he is or a little bit underrated, I guess. But yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite directors. Like, I love all his movies.
I mean, maybe he's rated highly now, but I felt like he was Weird Al Yankovic for a while, and he wasn't getting his credit to do.
Yeah, well, you know how it is. People always want to, like, pull people down and, bring out the negative. That's just the way it goes, especially in the
well, we know how that is now.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
This fucking world and social media is full of.
Well, especially Hollywood's like that shit, too. All that backstabbing bullshit and, the reviews and the critics are like, oh, I don't fucking like this guy. He's a piece of shit, or, so it's... But, I don't know.
I mean, that's how it's always been. That's how people get sent to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that he wrote Natural Born Killers.
The movie? Yeah.
Yeah. I guess he hates it.
Tarantino.
But,
yeah, that's a great movie.
It kind of makes sense.
I gotta rewatch that.
Now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense. But, yeah, that was, I guess, that was like the first Tarantino movie I remember. I remember watching Natural Born Killers before Reservoir Dogs, so I guess that was it for me to start.
Same,
I don't know. I know a lot of people do think his shit's like too much exposition and too much dialogue, and they can't really handle it.
I
But
remember watching that at your house, Greg, when we were young. Kudos to your parents for letting underage kids watch rated R movies.
Mama raised me right.
shit.
But all seriousness, no, I didn't. They were great.
All right, ready? Netflix. Greg.
Are we talking like the old school Netflix when
I'm
they're
talking
renting
all of
movies?
I'm talking Netflix like right now, where it stands.
I mean, I think it's rated about where it is. Again, like I like Netflix, but there's just so many options with like Hulu and Disney Plus and Apple and fucking yada yada.
Yeah, but do they all have as many good originals as Netflix? HBO, maybe.
Yeah, HBO is the best in my opinion. Like HBO Max is the best streaming, but it doesn't pump them out as quick. I mean, they pump out some quality shit though, and Netflix does as well. But I don't know. I'll take HBO Max over it.
I'll take Netflix, man. Bigger than Blockbuster. They're the
Blockbuster
king
killer.
right now. Yeah, exactly. They got lots of original content. They got more content than any of them. They're still putting out, still paying big dollars. HBO is great, but there's really not as much on HBO content-wise as there is on Netflix. Not even close.
If you haven't been, I mean, if you've been watching everything like right up to it, there's so much old shit that's fucking great.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love HBO. It's got a lot of good original content, of course. They always had a high budget too. But Netflix, they're huge. They're only going to get better, I think. They're like Amazon. You know, you can hate them because they're taking over the world, but they're also making your life better and convenient in some ways.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you know, they're definitely putting out some cool shit, and I think they have a bunch of cool animated shit that's maybe being overlooked. The Castlevania show was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was cool. I watched the first.
Right, and they do a lot of anime that other networks don't touch.
I don't know if Netflix has any shows that has me as captivated as like The Boys and some of the shit on HBO, though. I can't think of nothing pops into my head.
Ozark.
Ozark's fucking great.
I know
Stranger Things.
Sure. I fell off both of those shows
Really?
on their last seasons. I did.
I like The Punisher. I liked even Daredevil.
Well, I like that too, but Netflix kind of blew it with that one. I was hoping for a lot more Punisher.
Oh, they didn't blow it.
They blew it.
They did a great season or two. I wish they'd come back too, but
What about The Handmaid's Tale? It's on Hulu, but that shit's fucking wild as fuck.
Yeah, that show's intense,
got
man.
far in it.
Yes, so intense, dude.
I feel like I should read the books.
I think it's just one book.
Probably finish
Well.
it before the show ends, for sure.
Well, clearly not George R. R. Martin.
All right, my last one is Nicolas Cage. Seamus.
Hey, he's an iconic face. It's a classic. He's played the good guy. He's played the bad guy. He's played the guy next door. He's played every role. I mean,
Handsome.
he's done it good. He's done it bad.
Okay.
I don't know. Nick Cage is just.
He's undefinable, really.
I don't know. I guess if I had to say nowadays, if you say, oh, everybody give him a bad name, he's underrated. But if you've seen how he's just sold his soul to Hollywood and just puts out crap, he's overrated. I don't know.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Now, as for dramatic chops, the only thing I can really call to the front of my mind is the movie Leaving Las Vegas. Did you guys ever see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, good movie.
Where he drank himself to death, and that movie was he was good in it, man. It was like insane, and it was sad, and it was.
I mean, I guess he hasn't had that many stellar moments. I guess I'm just giving him the higher rating over quantity.
Well, I just wanted to ask you, like, do you think Nicolas Cage could ever mount some sort of comeback in a dramatic fashion?
Yeah, I think if he got the right role and killed it.
We're all waiting, Nick. We're all waiting. Greg, where are you at on old Nicky Cage?
Well, enthusiastically, I'm going to say underrated. I was just having this conversation the other day with my buddy Chris. There's also Matchstick Men.
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie as well.
And there is, what is the other one that I liked? Oh, Adaptation, where he plays the twin, or the twin brothers.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely like lost. I mean, he's no Kevin Bacon, but he's good. Like he's.
What about Raising Arizona too?
Raising Arizona, exactly. Like back in the day when he was, doing his thing. I mean, The Rock is cheesy, but you know what? I enjoy The Rock.
Damn, I forgot his name. What's the guy? Cusack. I think he's like he's a more generic Nick Cage.
That's who they get when they can't afford Nick Cage. Maybe John Cusack will do it.
And then what happened on Con Air?
He was great in Con Air.
Nicolas Cage was like, "Hey man,
he wasn't great, but he was okay."
I'm just saying they're both in it. I'm saying Nicolas Cage is like, "Hey, let's get Cusack in here, right? I need someone at my caliber."
I mean, he's done some good movies, and maybe not been the best performances, but he did The Rock as well.
Yeah.
Face Off, that was a great movie. He just kind of acted like the Joker from Batman in it.
Yeah. That's the iconic. I could eat a peach all day long.
Yeah. I could eat a peach all day long.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see a comeback anyway, because I saw his last few movies and holy shit, they were beyond bad. But,
Kick-Ass, he was good in Kick-Ass. Not that he had like a huge
But he didn't have a big role in that, but Kick-Ass was cool.
That it was.
I think he could make a comeback. Like I said, if he got the right role, he had a great performance, it would open up.
I don't know if I'm mistaken.
Doors.
I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I believe Kick-Ass is a Frank Millar comic as well.
Who is this Frank Millar you speak of? I know Kevin Millar.
Cowboy up.
Shit. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's another episode of You Gonna Eat That Crust. I'm your host, Ryan Wilson, signing out. We want to thank everyone for listening and tuning in every week. Support us on Patreon or on the Anchor app. We appreciate every little bit helps, and yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a review on Apple. Give us a review on Facebook. Keep on spreading the word. And if you guys have any ideas, at Gmail, you can eat that crust, or gonna eat that crust, gmail.com.
Yes, please hit us up. Give us some topic ideas. Give us anything, any feedback. Love you. Thank you. Have a good night.
And as always, in crust we trust. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
See ya.
This ends our podcast.
I always felt like I was walking into some art experiment. We're having an experimental art night, bro. Shh. Come one with the walls, and then you can get this 2.5 ounces of weed for $60.